So with the beginning of Pixar Fest at Disneyland, we've now got some all-new concept art for the Incredicoaster and also Pixar Pier. So let's dive into it all, up next. Hi there Waltoneers, I'm Jack, this is DSNY Newscast, and let's just get straight into it. As this past weekend marked the beginning of Pixar Fest at the Disneyland Resort, with the debut of Together Forever and the return of the Paint the Night and Pixar Play parades. But we'll get into all of that a little bit later, mainly because as part of Pixar Fest, Disney have now finally reopened the Blue Sky Cellar at Disney California Adventure, and it's giving us all a fantastic look at some unseen concept art for Pixar Pier and most importantly, the Incredicoaster. Now, as part of this exhibition, Disney have also integrated some design concepts, which were clearly being considered as part of the developmental stages. And we can also see the various design iterations of the canopy for the Incredicoaster. But we've also got this fantastic new look at the Incredicoaster's entrance as well. But now let's move on to the on-ride concept art, as here we can see a more polished version of the previous art that we saw of Dash dodging the laser beam effects within the first Scream tube of the former California Screaming. But the more interesting piece of concept art here is that Violet, the daughter of the Incredibles, will be represented with an outdoor figure supposedly fixed to the outside of one of the Scream tubes, which I presume would be further back within the Incredicoaster and would be harder to see from the other parts of the park. And considering we haven't seen Violet represented in any other previous concept art, it's quite possible that this scene here will happen right before the force field effect in one of the Scream tubes. But also we've got this other piece of concept art that depicts baby Jack Jack disappearing and reappearing once again on the Incredicoaster's Bunny Hill section of the former California Screaming, which could possibly be achieved as this section is somewhat hidden by the Toy Story Midway Mania building. However, what seems odd about all of this concept art is why haven't we seen any of this up until now? As it's quite possible that these new show scenes featuring Violet and baby Jack Jack could have been considered in the early development stages but then later scrapped. But as we can see here within the exhibit, Disney have purposely put them right next to scenes which we know will actually be featured within the attraction, such as Dash dodging the lasers and also the Edna Mode pre-show scene. So I personally feel that Disney wouldn't want to go creating any confusion about what's going to be featured within this upcoming attraction, especially considering that this exhibit at the Blue Sky Cellar is meant to be teasing what's to come with Pixar Pier. But then we come to the last and possibly the biggest Incredicoaster detail that this exhibit has seemingly confirmed. And that is the new enclosed track that can be seen here within the concept art that was released back in November of 2017. As we can also see it confirmed again here in this new overview of the Incredicoaster, that there will seemingly be an enclosed section before returning to the loading bay, where the resolution to the whole Jack Jack storyline of the Incredicoaster will more than likely happen. However, what's weird about all of this is that it doesn't feature this newly enclosed track section or the extra tunnel within the concept model for Pixar Pier, as we can see here that the track is not enclosed. Now this could easily just be a case that this model is not meant to look complete within the exhibit, as we can see that the paint cans have been left on the table on purpose, which might be indicating that Disney want people to think that this is an incomplete work in progress model instead. So it seems that since this newly enclosed section has been featured twice within the concept art, I think it's pretty safe to say that there will be some sort of end scene to the whole Incredicoaster storyline. But the main thing to take away about all of this Incredicoaster news is how Walt Disney Imagineering are taking a classic attraction within Disney California Adventure and really plussing it, with some much needed ride story elements that will take this coaster to the next level. And I personally think that the guest response to this attraction will be very similar to Tower of Terror being transformed into Mission Breakout, where Disney are finally making these original attractions more Disney in the best possible way. Although that's not the end of the Pixar news for the Disneyland Resort, as across the entirety of the resort, new Pixar theming can be spotted, such as the bunting on Main Street USA or the Woody and Buzz themed toy cars at the entrance of Cars Land. And also I've got to mention the theming of Red Rocket's Pizza into Toy Story's Pizza Planet. And thankfully, this sign is only going to be a temporary overlay. But we've also seen the return of a Pixar Play Parade, but this time at Disneyland, with all new parade floats featuring Carl and Doug from Up, with this amazing new walk-around character of the exotic bird Kevin from Up with Russell on his back, which personally I would love to see this come to Disney's Animal Kingdom as part of their new show. And we also saw the debut of the new Inside Out float featuring joy and sadness. But unfortunately, Bing Bong is not a walk-around character, but instead part of the actual parade float itself. But that's not all, as we also saw the return of the Paint the Night parade at Disney California Adventure. However, the new Incredibles parade section of Paint the Night won't be debuting until the opening of Incredibles 2 in theatres on June 15th of 2018. However, the biggest new thing to debut this week was the new Together Forever show, which takes place all over Main Street USA with some incredible projection mapping. And it also has a spectacular firework accompaniment, and even some great physical stunts such as Buzz Lightyear flying above Sleeping Beauty Castle, and a special appearance by the house from Up as well. But I'll leave links down below so you can go ahead, sit back and watch these shows in full. But now, it's over to you, the Waltoneers. I would like to know, since we've now seen what Disney are doing with the Incredicoaster, how would you want Disney to improve the overall experience, or would you have rather seen a different Pixar property represented within this California Screaming track, and how would you have done it to make it themed to that Pixar property? And of course, don't forget to put the timestamp of where the hidden Mickey appeared somewhere within this video, along with your suggestion or your comment to be in with a chance to win a DSNY Newscast pin. And congratulations to Alyssa for winning with this suggestion from the Thursday video, which was the reaction video. And also congratulations to all of these Waltoneers for winning one of the Waltoneer pins from the 1 year anniversary video on Friday. And just a very quick announcement about DSNY Newscast, as this upcoming Sunday at 6 PM Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be joining Josh and Jenna from Resort TV 1 for a live stream where we're going to be discussing all of the latest coming to Walt Disney World in the next year. So be sure to come along and tune in to Resort TV 1 at 6 PM this Sunday. And so with all of that being said, go ahead and subscribe down below if you're new to this channel. Hit that notification icon so therefore you always receive an update. And also, if you've enjoyed today's video, give this video a massive thumbs up, as it really does help this channel out. And now let's hand on over to you, the Waltoneers, to sign us off for today.
So I'm Kylie.
And I'm Rob.
And we're from New Jersey. And we've been Jack, you've been you, and we'll see you real soon.